Okay, so this is a 21-inch push mower. This lawnmower doesn't start. You saw me crank it up, tried to crank it up 3 or 4 times over there. It does not work. Now, I want to talk about this throttle cable because this is a very critical part to these lawnmowers, especially the Briggs and Stratton models. They come with these throttle cables, so when you clamp it down, you can see it's not even in there properly. But if you clamp it down, I'm sorry, I cut the video off by accident. But when you clamp it down, it starts to pull the throttle, so that way you can pull the string and it's going to spark. It's going to turn and create a spark to the spark plug, and it's what's going to ignite the engine. Now, when this throttle here, let me show you. When this throttle here doesn't pull back all the way like it's supposed to, it won't start. So it needs to be pulled back at a certain length in order for it to start. So I don't know if that's a problem, or it could possibly be the carburetor. The carburetor, I'm pretty sure that's probably the main problem why this thing won't start. So let's get to it. Let's take a look at this. And now we have access. This is the magneto. This is a very important part. This is a magneto. Sometimes this is the spark plug right there, spark plug wire. It goes to the magneto. This is what spins as you pull the string. This is what spins, and this creates a magnetic field, energy, I guess, or like it sends a signal through this into here, a spark, and that's what combusts right up in here. The piston is right here, so it comes up and right there as soon as this turns. This flywheel right here, there it is. You can see that marking. There goes that marking again. Now that you don't see it, there it goes again. Wherever you see that marking, there's 2 markings. Those markings are the magnets to the magneto. That goes to the magneto. Those are the magnets on this flywheel right here that will send the signal to this magneto. So on some parts of this flywheel, it's supposed to be magnetic and non-magnetic. So this side of a flywheel right here is magnetic, then non-magnetic, then magnetic, then non-magnetic. So when it spins, it creates like you know what I mean? It tries to spark it. It tries to spark, sends a signal to the spark plug, and that's what creates energy. That's what turns it on. And you are the energy. Your arm. You are one-man power. So let's take this off and see what we can do. All right, so I loosened up the air filter assembly. The air filter, what the hell? It's a cotton. The air filter doesn't seem that dirty. It seems to be okay. So put that aside. Don't need it. If you look inside, this is the carburetor itself. You look inside, you can't see anything because it's dark, but I'm going to take this off right now so we can get better visual access to this. Alright, so these are the only 2 bolts that you need to remove to take off the carburetor to this 21-inch lawnmower. There's this bolt right here that you see. It's a very long bolt. And then this bolt that's on the side right here. This bolt right here requires a 13. That fits right in here. And this bolt right here requires a 10. Right there. That requires a 10mm socket. So it's just 2 bolts holding this gas tank and carburetor together. Make sure you put those 2 screws together. Then you're going to just want to pull it gently apart. You can see the carburetor is hooked up to this tube, and there's another tube right here where my thumb is. So you just jimmy it off and boom. Now, oh my God, there's a splinter in my phone. 1 second, I'm having some technical difficulty. Ooh, splinter got off. So now you got to just unhook these things that are connected onto the spring here. I got 2 of these. You see these? I got 2 of them on here. I don't know why. But in order to do that, you just gotta I'm trying to remove it from this thing. If gas falls, it's okay. No one's gonna die. I don't know if I can do it with one hand. I'm having like crazy issues right now. I'm gonna just take it off. Look, I got gas all over my hands. There we go. So I just unhooked it from this little thing. That little hole right, this little pointer was in that tiny little hole right there, and I just followed the pattern. Now to take the carburetor off, you gotta take these screws out right here. You gotta take all these screws out. It looks like there seems to be 5 screws holding that in. And then we're gonna get to cleaning the carburetor. So I'm gonna get to that right now. All right, I want to show you, because I don't want you guys to strip these heads to these screws, because I've stripped this before. Okay, now when you take these off, they may be hard to take off. So what you want to do is put the screwdriver head in there, put it on the ground, and press. You want to press. Well, let me do it in the middle. You want to press down as hard as you can, and then you turn slowly. You know what I mean? But press hard. Put it in. Make sure it's in there, and then press down, and then turn. To loosen it. If you don't do it properly, the tip are gonna strip. So because these screws are really old, so I just wanted to put that out there. All right, so I loosened up the carburetor. I'm just gonna take it out. Take it out very nice and easy, just like that. This is the carburetor. It's plastic. We will be cleaning the inside of it. You can see there's ports in there. There's a gold port right there to the left that you gotta clean. There's also ports in here that you have to clean. If you spray in there, it'll come out through here. So I'm gonna show you right now. I'm just gonna demonstrate. Right there. You want to clean this, so you gotta spray this. See? See that? I'm gonna spray in that port that you see right there. And it should shoot out through there. Do that a couple times. Crazy weather. When you take this off, make sure to take this off very lightly. Very lightly. But I'm just gonna take it off really anyway, because I have more. You can see that there's 2 of them. This is the gasket and diaphragm. Okay, there's 2. Gasket is on the top and diaphragm is on the bottom. You see? This is what creates the suction when you prime. That's why there's an indentation in there, like a crater right there. Because when you pull, this thing pulls. Okay? So the thinner diaphragm goes on the bottom and the gasket goes on top when you're replacing the gasket and diaphragm. And then you want to come in here with a paper towel. Excuse my dear Aunt Sally. clean this right here. So that's soak up in there. And my hands are dirty, but you've got to clean this. Yeah, so I'm going to clean my hands. I'm going to clean my hands, and then I'm going to clean this afterwards. I should have wore gloves, but whatever. Remember when I said to clean that screen? Well, that screen sits in here. Okay? See how dirty it is? Let me put the flashlight on so you can see. See that dirt? That's bad. That's what clogs up the carburetor. That's why lawnmowers don't start, or weed eaters. So we got to come in here and clean this out. But how? You can either use a Q-tip or that pressure spray. So I'm gonna try it right now. Live. Okay. So you can see what I'm talking about. See how it's getting cleaner now? So that's what you want to do. Let's go like that. Clean that shit. And there you go. So, carb kit. So these are it. You can see I've got some used ones here. Some other used ones. Used. Good. See how flat it is? So I'm going to try to use these are new. So 2 more new sets. I'm going to try to hold those, push those as far back as I can and keep reusing the used ones. So I'm going to use that one and save these for later. Cleaning in there is way more important than you know. Make sure it's clean. So now I'm going to apply diaphragm and gasket. Put the diaphragm first. These diaphragms are really delicate, so when you're putting these on, oh my god, when you're putting these on, the screws can eat up the leather of these diaphragms. It's like sticky right here for some reason. Can't get it aligned. There we go. Make sure everything is in there properly. And now I'm going to put the screws in there. So when you're tightening this down, do not go crazy. Just tighten it until you can't do it easily no more. Just like that, and then go to the next one. Simple. Until you can't go no more, then go to the next one. And then once you did all that, then you just tighten it just a little bit more, and that's it. You don't want to do it too tight to where it's going to strip, just enough to where it's not going to move. And then there you go, that's it. You can either save this or throw it away. Me, I'm going to throw this away. You see how discombobulated this looks? It's not a good look for me. And it looks a little bit warped right here at the edge. So this gasket, it's a possibility that it's still good. Although it has a tear right there. No, I'm going to throw this away. This is done. Any signs of tears, you want to throw it away, because that's where leakages can come through. So anyways, that's out of the picture. So now we just replace the parts back on. It's just really black, so I'm just going to clean it. So I just cleaned it. See, I just cleaned it with the wire brush. That's it. It's gapped pretty good. It's also raining pretty hard. All right, so it's raining. Everything's bolted back together. Everything's clean. I'm gonna try to start it up right now. In the middle of this rain, while it's raining, right here. I might try to start it up right here. I'm kind of scared though, but we'll see. And that, my friends, is how you fix a lawnmower.